Hey, Amy Posner here, and this is the final video in the series about type of freelancers and the difference between freelancer and business owner. Stick with me. Okay, so we've talked about the different kinds of business owners moving from, a freelancer who's, just getting started out and has the idea that maybe they can build a business around a core skill that that they love or they're good at, or ideally both, and then moving through different stages of business owner to make it, something that they can actually make a sustainable living with and keep your sanity. Now, as you go through that, there will be some people who are super entrepreneurial, who are in the same business and maybe doing the same work, but they see the opportunities and they see themselves in a different way. They see the potential in a different way. The way that you perceive clients, the way that you perceive projects, the way that you perceive your expertise and how it might have value in the marketplace. Right? You're positioned differently, literally in the marketplace, but also in your mind. And so this means you have opportunities that are really invisible to other people. They may see them at some point, but they are not positioned to see them the way that you are. And that can look a lot of different ways. And that's the really interesting thing, particularly for copywriters, in that you have a skill, because copywriters are skilled in marketing and moving goods and services. And so that is a skill that you can apply in many, many different ways inside of your own business. And it just as an example, I've been a serial entrepreneur over a couple of decades or more. And what I came to see many years ago, I own a corporation, and I came to think of it that I was driving revenue to that corporation through different means. I've done all kinds of things. I've owned a coaching business. I owned a marketing agency. I own a copywriting business. I own a coaching business. I own another coaching business. I own real estate. And all of that drives revenue to my corporation. Does it matter how it comes? If it's from this or that? Well, it matters to me in that it's something that I enjoy doing, and it's something that's ethical, and I can stay in integrity with what I believe. But apart from that, there's lots of different things that I can do. And so, it comes down to a choice and what I'm looking to achieve at any given moment. And can I achieve it through my business? Can I achieve those goals, through my business? And what else can I do? And how can I use my skills and talents in other ways inside of my business as well? And so, I've seen people use their skills to joint venture or collaborate with people they've met along the way as they've been a business owner. They pool their time and resources and, come up with that proverbial third mind, which, it is really cool if you ever experienced it. Meaning, when two people get together, it's also referred to as a third mind, right? So there's things that you come up with in collaboration and in partnership that you wouldn't either of you come up with alone. And that's this third mind, which can be very stimulating creatively, but it also can enable you to get things done more quickly, right? Because you both can focus on your strengths. It doesn't work with every person, but when it does work, it can be brilliant. And you'll find at that level, you start considering those kind of partnerships. It can also look like, and I've seen this a lot, it can look like diversifying into hiring contractors and subcontractors without running an agency. Really having like a few people that you trust who are sort of like team members. Maybe they're employees. Usually they're not. They're often contractors. But you can run very efficiently that way, and you can scale and grow to a certain point. This is not the video to talk about that and how you make those decisions and when the right time is. But you'll find things like that will be happening too. You'll also find that's a time where you're separating out the consulting that you do. So, the kinds of advice that you're giving clients when you're creating a deliverable, right? So very often as you sort of move up in success in your profession, you are not only creating, you're not just executing on strategy, you are creating the strategy. And in the early days, you may have some input on the strategy, you may even suggest strategy. And, it's not quite as clear that you're the strategist and the person who's going to execute on the strategy. And, inside of that and, wrapped around that, however you want to think of it, you can also be the analyst, because if you get to create the strategy and then have the strategy executed, you'll want to oversee that to see what kind of results it gets, how you can optimize it. You take some ownership in that. And that's, in a working relationship with a client, that's something that they really value. It's something that you can charge good money for, and people are willing to pay if you're willing to take that kind of responsibility. And so you might find that the consulting is the way in that door, because the consulting and the expertise, it's what's respected, it's what gets the door open for you. But there are these opportunities, you have to be open to them. Like you have to be somewhat of a risk taker to be open to them, to even consider them, to have these things come your way. And if they fit into your bigger business plan, they can be really interesting. But you will see opportunities, and you will create opportunities that you won't see in earlier stages of business, because you just can't. And so what I want to say to you in wrapping up this series is to think about what you want, because the beauty of running a business is you can envision those things and you can create them, and you should, because running a business it's a lot of work, it's a lot of responsibility, it's incredibly rewarding. If you're going to do that and you're going to take the risk, there should be the reward, and so you want to be really deliberate about it. And I think knowing what to expect and how you see yourself, sort of where you're positioned in the marketplace, gives you a realistic sense of what can you make this into for yourself. And speaking again from the copywriter space, I believe there are probably more good projects. And I say probably because I want to add a little qualifier. I think I honestly believe that there are more good projects out there than there are great people and good people to take on those projects. And so what I'm saying by way of saying that is, if you're willing to do the hard work of figuring out where you fit in your business and what you want, I think there's tremendous reward for doing that. I think there's plenty of room. And I think you should understand what it is you want for your business so that you can go out and get it. And I wish you every success. And I hope that this sort of helps you see how to frame things up or what you might expect. And if you have questions, hit me up. I'm happy to answer. You can reach me. I'm easy to find. You can put a comment below, and you can email me. And by the way, you can also click that bell if you'd like to subscribe to the next series. You'll get notified when videos drop. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.